3 days, 6 hours, 11 minutes and some seconds to the election. Good afternoon and welcome to your post center for the 2024 election. You're watching ABC News. This is ABC Midday. I am Eric Chinibwatmano. Coming up in the headlines. Now, there will be so much to behold in Medina and Legon as the two leading political parties, NPP and the NDC, face off with Mammoth Rally tomorrow to wrap up their campaign activities. What are your expectations from the political aspect? We will bring you details of that soon. The founding members of the NPP, Dr. Nyahota Maklo, has made a strong statement against the candidature of the incumbent member of parliament of Ayawasu West Wogon constituency, Honorable Lydia Sarah Malasan. We will bring you more details on that as well. Still to come in the bulletin, Parliament is affecting government negotiations with independent power producer, the Finance Minister has hinted. And later in business, to support the productive sectors. Later on the international front, Namibia has elected Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah as its first female president, with the ruling SWAPO party candidate securing 57% of the vote. We settle for the details of these and many more shortly. To stay. Live on YouTube, ABC News GA. If you want to follow us, leave your thought and comments. Would appreciate it. 3 days to the election. Remain your poll center. Let's begin with a first story. Dr. Nyahota Maklo, a founding member of the New Patriotic Party, has urged the Electoral Commission to conduct the upcoming elections impartially without fear or favor. He called on the EC to ensure that the elections are carried out with the highest level of integrity, free from any participation or perception or hint of bias. His comments were made during a press conference earlier today at the International Press Center in Accra.
To the Electoral Commission of Ghana and its leadership, particularly Madam Jean Mensah, we issue this clarion call. History stands as a testament to the critical role of the Electoral Commission in maintaining the sanctity of our democracy. You are not the first to hold this esteemed office, and you will not be the last. The legacy of this institution has always been one of fairness, transparency, and impartiality. We urge you to ensure that the upcoming elections are conducted with utmost integrity and without any perception or trace of bias. Let us remember, and without any perception or trace of bias, conducted with utmost integrity and without any perception or trace of bias. Let us remember.
My colleague Derek Kumi Kisiedu is live at the meeting. Kumi, what is the latest from the presser?
Okay, so it has been ended, and a founding member of the new Patriotic Party, who is in the person of Dr. Nyao Tamaflo, he was actually the main leader for the press briefing, which was mainly for, the press, the media personnel. It was to address some issues. As you know, we are 3 days ahead to the general election, and many things are happening. So, according to Dr. Nyao Chamaklo, he is saying that the EC, who is in the person of Jane Mensah, should act fairly, and also should act fairly in the upcoming general election, and also conduct with utmost integrity and without the perception of trade or bias. So during the press conference, Dr. Nyao Tamaflo, as I said, the new founding member of the new Patriotic Party, expressed disappointment over distribution of food by Leader Seriam, who is the parliamentary aspirant in the Yawaso West Wogon constituency. He called for an immediate withdrawal from the terrorists. He is saying that Leader Seriam should immediately withdraw from the parliamentary.
You mean?
Yeah, the election.
Beyond that, yes, as you're saying, so let us, our viewers, watch exactly what Dr. Nyao Tamaflo was saying, that the MP for Yawaso West will go on, Lydia Seraman Hassan loses, and other things he had to say. So Kumi, please hold on, we'll back at you shortly, but let our viewers have a bite of what he has been speaking about.
It was being done openly. Now, we shouldn't forget ourselves that we are in a new technology world. So anything you say, anything you do can be covered. It was so shameful. And what hurt me most was that these people in line to go and vote was security personnel. And I didn't see one of them rejecting it. I didn't see one of them rejecting it. And what also disturbed me was that the PC, that's the parliamentary candidate for that particular constituency, when questioned, she denied it. Such a person is not qualified. In fact, if it had been in a civilized country, she should have left that contest by now. The party would demand that she leaves. The party would demand that she leaves. She denied flatly that she has not been there. Why she has been captured on video. We don't need such people in parliament. We don't need such people as lawmakers. They will destroy this country. Indeed, I will pray that she loses the election if she is still going to contest, because she is a person you cannot rely on. That she loses the election if she is still going to contest.
So that was the founding member of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Nyao Tamaflo. Kumi, beyond his words, what were other reasons he gave in response or in relation with the Honourable Member of Parliament for Yawaso West Wogon, Lydia Seraman Al-Hassan?
Okay, so for Lydia Al-Hassan, that was it. He was saying he prays that she loses her seat. And also, Dr. Nyao Tamaflo also stated that, also called on the IGP, who is in the person of Dr. Ekufu-Dampare, to arrest the Ashanti Regional Chairman for the New Patriotic Party, who is in the person of Bernard Nchibotiafo, popularly known as Chairman Wuntumi, for saying that Ashanti should declare war the issue between Asante Kingdom, the recent incident that happened at Kechiman.
Hello, Kumi.
Hello, Mello.
Yeah.
So he is saying that the IGP should arrest Chairman Wuntumi for saying that on his station. So I definitely will be giving our viewers the bite of that in our prime news aspect.
Derek, we're very much grateful for that report over there. But let's also stay focused on this particular matter. Still in relation with Dr. Nyahoto Maklo, is the founding member of the New Patriotic Party. He's also urged Ghanaians to stay vigilant and not let partisan loyalties cloud their judgment regarding the country's challenges. He emphasized that now is the time to prioritize the future of Ghana above all else.
Ghanaians, we urge you to stay vigilant. Let us not allow partisan loyalties to blind us to the dangers we face. This is a time to prioritize the future of Ghana above all else. Our collective voice must call for peace, fairness, call for peace, fairness, call for peace, fairness, and accountability. From fairness and
away from that, let's do more stories here on your Poll Center. The governing New Patriotic Party (NPP) and the opposition National Democratic Congress will wind down their 2024 campaign activities tomorrow, December 5, 2024, with huge rallies ahead of the general election on December 7. The NPP will hold its final rally at the University of Ghana Sports Directorate Park, while the NDC will hold its final rally at Zurich Park, Medina, all in the Greater Accra region. It is the convention in Ghana for political parties to cease all forms of campaigns in 24 hours before the polls and on the day of the election. During Thursday's final political event, the parties will seek to make a final push to get their supporters and other voters to buy into their policy and proposal. Now, in the lead up to the 2024 general election, the two parties had elections, the two parties had similar event as the NPP held its final campaign rally at Manchiagbona in the Odododio constituency, while the NDC held theirs at Ablekuma Brobe, Kakari Park, all in the Accra region. Now, some analysts and posters are predicting that the two parties have become aware of the critical nature of the Greater Accra region for the reasons they are once again bringing the final rallies to the nationals or the nation's capital. Let's engage some members of the NDC and NPP to understand the final preparations for tomorrow's rally. We will be joined on the line by the NPP administrator, Prince Sadat, to have a conversation. Prince, if you're on the line, good afternoon. Is the NPP set and ready for tomorrow's final rally?
Good afternoon. Yeah, please, the title is I'm the Youth Wing Administrator of the NPP.
Fair enough, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I asked if the NPP set are ready for tomorrow's final rally.
Certainly, if you come to the University of Ghana, where we are currently, everything is almost but set for the Bold Solutions rally. The flag bearer of the party has toured the length and breadth of the country, and we are finishing it up tomorrow at the University of Ghana Sports Complex.
Looking at the time frame of the elections, as we all know, we just have barely 2 days to the election. From all the campaign rallies that the NPP have mounted on stages and platforms, how has the reception been? And is the NPP hopeful that come December 7, they will be crowned victorious in the election?
Thank you. If you have been with us, I think ABC has been with us in most of the campaign stores across the country. I think you should also be telling people how the campaign rallies have been. The Vice President, who is also our flag bearer, has made his message quite simple and straight to the point, that he's not going to sit in Accra and expect voters to vote for him. He's going to go to them and solicit for their votes. In fact, I have followed presidential campaigns in the last 3 elections, and I can say this is one of the best campaign rallies or campaign for any flag bearer to have run in the country over the period.
So that in this last period, the NPP government in the last few days have been commissioning a lot of infrastructure and other things. Is this or was this a strategy by the NPP party?
Our party leadership have always maintained that we are going to win this election on strategy and hard work. Yes, I would say it's a strategy for us, but commissioning of projects for me also should be kept in perspective, because these are capital-intensive projects that we don't construct them overnight. For instance, if you look at the flower pot interchange that was commissioned quite recently, it's not something that started just yesterday or a month ago. These are things that we've been doing. In fact, since 2017, when His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia took over, we have been on the field. We have worked to merit whatever that we are seeing today. And inshallah, we believe that it will be crowned with a victory on 7th December.
So that finally, before I let you go, let me just swear away from the campaign activities. Your member of parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon, Lydia Sarah Hassan, for the past 2 days has been in the news. And so far, the party executive have not issued anything. We also know that she has also denied the allegations that she was seen inducing police officials and other security officials about it. What is the stance of the NPP as a party on this case?
For the stance of the party, I'm not in a position to give the stance of the party. But my personal view is that this is not something that is a novelty. In fact, I have cited videos of John Dumelo giving water and other snacks to security officers, not just in this election, but even in the 2020 election where he lost miserably to the Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Lydia Sarah Hassan. I think those are signals that John Dumelo, as usual, have seen it clearly written on the wall that he's losing the elections. So he's trying to catch straws. But we will not give him that mileage. We would continue to sell our message of hope and bold solutions. And inshallah, we would have an overwhelming majority in Parliament, and Dr. Bawumia would emerge as a winner in a first-round victory.
So you want to say that John Dumelo is witch hunting your member of parliament?
That is best if you want to put it at that.
All right. We hope that your campaign goes on well as the election approach, and we're much grateful for your time this afternoon to that.
It's a pleasure. And we are hoping to see you guys at the rally tomorrow. And the victory party would want to see you as well.
Hopefully. Thank you so much once again to that. That was Sidat over there having a conversation on the back of the upcoming final rallies that is expected to happen tomorrow. NPP and NDC, the major political parties we have here in the country, are set to have their final rallies tomorrow and campaign messages delivered to their electorate. Well, let's see how that goes. But we are also hoping to engage the NDC and the Member of Parliament on the organizer team of the final rally. That's Mr. Wanda Kuto, to have a conversation on the back of what to expect tomorrow. As we tried to engage Mr. Kuto on that, as I was discussing earlier with Sadat, yesterday, the Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon, Lydia Hassan, the opponent, that's John Dumelo, was actually speaking. He released a press statement saying that he's taking the matter to the OSP. He's actually written to the OSP, and we open to hear some feedback. I asked him a question on the back of this, and he says that the NPP as a party is yet to officially communicate on the matter, but John Dumelo is witch hunting, quote unquote, as he claims, as the Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon. Well, as we try to engage the NDC members of the party, let's do some more stories here on your post center. He reminded once again that here at ABC we say vote and not violence. We are your poll center. 3 days to the election. We are joined on the phone by Wanda Koto to have a conversation still on what to expect on tomorrow's final rally by the various political parties, specifically within the camp of the NDC. Wanda, good afternoon. What are we supposed to be expecting for the final rally tomorrow?
Oh, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you and our listeners. I must say that tomorrow is just basically a summary of what we've been doing all along. Tomorrow, the people of Ghana will see our campaign come to a close as we prepare for victory on Saturday. As it stands now, we are ready. We are ready not just only for the votes, but we're also ready to protect the ballot boxes, to also protect everything that will go on at the various coalition centers across Ghana.
In the lead up to the election, your party, there have been a lot of predictions for the NDC party saying that they are in the lead of the election ahead, of the election as against your major opponent, the NPP. Is this a major sign indicating that indeed the NDC has worked hard and deserves an opportunity come December 7th?
Of course. It is a major sign. And I've always said, if you look at what, for example, happened in the U.S., most of the opinion polls were in favor of Donald Trump, and it came to pass. Donald Trump won. So I have no doubt that these various opinion polls that had predicted victory for President Mahama will be confirmed on Saturday. But we are not complacent. We are ready, and we are going to focus on protecting the ballot boxes, and whatever will happen at the coalition centers will be protected, and victory will be declared for President John Dramani Mahama to lead this country again.
Why Greater Accra? I mean, in 2020, we didn't see these happen. So why the center focus on Greater Accra?
Like I indicated, this is the final rally of the party. This is a summary of what has happened. I will not let you know the details, what went into choosing Greater Accra for the final rally. Some political parties, they are just all over the place. They do, I would say, as our brothers will always say, campaign, they are just copying all what we are doing, but we know what we have done in all the regions. We are concluding tomorrow in Greater Accra, God willing.
Some are also of the opinion that the NDC should rather maintain focus on your stronghold and not move away from your stronghold. What do you have to say about that?
Don't worry. The election, as you indicated, is just 3 days away. You will see what will happen on Saturday.
And how is the program expected to pan out tomorrow?
Oh, basically, the leader and founder, the leader and flagbearer of the party, of course, will grace the occasion. All senior party officials will be there. Like I said, just a summary of what has happened across the country. Just a summary. You see it for yourself. But like I said, the most important is Saturday, and we are ready for Saturday. Not just the voting, but we also protect the ballot boxes and all the coalition centers across the country. We are ready for victory to save this country from the mess of the NPP.
So that let me swear away a bit, just as I did with Prince from the NPP. I engaged him on the back of the conversation between the voter inducement allegations by the member of parliament at the Ayawaso West Wogon, and he says that your candidate or your member of parliament for that constituency, that's John Dumelo, is witch-hunting their candidate. What is the stance of the NDC on this?
The fact of the matter is the people of Ghana knew whatever happened on the special voting day on Monday. It is clear for the people of Ghana. Everybody saw what happened. I'm happy that the investigative bodies of this country have taken up the matter. It is not for someone to come and say, oh, it is this or that. Everybody saw what happened, what Ma Lydia did. Everybody saw it. It's so bad that this is happening in Greater Accra, an elite constituency. How? This cannot be tolerated. And I'm happy that this matter has been investigated by the special prosecutor. So it's not for somebody to come and make a U-turn and say that, oh, this. No. The people of Ghana knew what happened. They saw it on camera, live. So what are they talking about? And on Saturday, any attempt to repeat this will be resisted.
Wanda, thank you so much for your time. We will actually be focusing on your campaign, your last rally or campaign tomorrow to see how things pan out. We're much grateful for the time. We will also be engaging Sedi Hodasi, who is a reporter on ground at Ponkatamanso in the Greater Accra region, to also give us update on what and how campaign is climaxing in that particular constituency. Sedi, can you hear me? Well, we're trying to establish better contact with correspondent over there. Sadi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you share with us how the elections, the campaign is happening at Kong Katamanso?
Yeah, right now I'm standing at the OEB station. This morning I went to Dodowa Market. I spoke to the market women and the drivers over there who expressed a worry over their market that is not completed. And also the drivers are complaining about the roads, as well as they're not getting passengers during this election year. From there, I moved to the Omahini, whose case was at court as well, and he has been vindicated today. We spoke to him. He also spoke about the development of OEB, their clinic not being open, and also he spoke about the upcoming election, how peaceful he wants OEB people and the Konkata Manso to be peaceful as well, by not indulging in any activity by any politician to endanger their lives as well. As at this moment, I'm with the rickshaw drivers, which we call them the Pragya people, and they are talking about legalization of their business, because this is the work they do, this is the job, and governments have promised to legalize it. It hasn't come into existence yet, and they are still waiting that the next government that will come will give them the legalization so that they will be able to work without having any problem with the police officers.
Sadi, if you've had time to speak with some of the first-time voters, what have been their reactions if you have engaged with them?
Please come again.
I was asking. This election, what have they been speaking to you about?
About the elections?
I mean, their expectations.
Yes, with the expectations, they are expecting that people will come out in their numbers on Saturday to cast their vote for the leader, and they should look at their conditions when they are going to vote. They shouldn't look at a particular party. Even though they love parties, they should look at the living that they are in when they are going to cast their vote on Saturday. And their expectation is that anyone that is being voted for, any leader that wins, it is still one Ghana they are living in.
Sadi, also, we are told that there will be a walk on the constituency. Run us through the processes and what we are supposed to expect.
Yes, the Member of Parliament for Konkatamansu, Joe Tete Akwete, will be having a walk with the NDC members at 2 o'clock this afternoon. They are going to move from OEB straight to Sasabi, which will be their endpoint. And the walk is going to be an 3-hour journey walk, which is going to happen at 2 o'clock. But the starting point will be at Valley View.
And how are turnouts looking at the time frame now?
At the moment, I just moved away from Valley View to the OEB station. But when I was there a moment ago, people haven't started turning up yet. But they've placed their banners and there are placards already there, but no one has showed up at the OEB Valley View Secondary School University yet. Sorry, the OEB Valley View University. No one has showed up there except their placards and their party materials that has been displayed there.
Grateful so much for the update over there. My colleague Sadi Hodi is on standby at the Ponkotemanso constituency. We know that this afternoon there will be a walk over there. She has brought out some update or expectations, but let's take a listen at what has been happening in that particular constituency.
Mr. and say, I better record to Saturday. Emperor attention be our home. Obia Okoto me Asunji, Okotu ya Wabofi. Wabetrasi unu obia ni hehe na emum obia hwe na sitrim no nto abapa ni empe skirt and blouse ni senuanum
Bereku dodo asime adele bibia ekodawe ya musi anu lesese na de kamele jiyo me to mi kwa yameleda o male nu cheflo mi abamya wagubo na ede fia da memera gbole kodage da mi jiwena ekodade anti papa de ka o never na amesiama no akpoto me papa gidigidi maga na anyo amesiama never da ko free no baba na ide metiviti emi adogbara na ma o na nu si anu iko che dira never me no akpera garage ko katalo
abatu na yewo mu no Saturday when Yame ya do my ever to aba. In here asumdwe any ahoden say bibia nkoboko na bibia nkoboko e wasumdwe yesre otwedi ampo Nyankopon say nkekae bia embam Nyankopon na mbo e ho ba na fa yenwie wasumdwe.
If you don't do a market and I make us say isu to ha mi a market ni jenu sanka uya ba mana ka wiri pa o market ha e ka nya grokra isu no yiri ya de ya ko ama ya ntumi shagwa no sana e fata enti mi me da abei ya tu aba enti no mo amufa mani tu fam ni obeba ya joy obaya joy amaye na ye ko obeta ye nu ya mu mo fa stop baby aye ni ababo aye
Maladodo market if ya nya anwo shi ko mala gbegbe Ghana asesana mi ala gbegbe mi avi okra pa school yi kra mpo ha enye nsesa anwo ko shi gbe sha gbegbe bia o dada mre nji gbe sha gbegbe dada re nji ta Saturday a modekuku masha mana dogo dako akome akanya ba mi aduji na mi o akpere mi an.
Away from the Greater Accra region, let's move straight to the Northern region and speak with our Northern regional correspondent, Noah Nash, who joins us from Tamale to give us update on the final campaign activities in the Northern region and how the region is shaping up for the December 7th post. Nash, good afternoon. Guess run us through what is expected to happen in the Northern region in this campaign season.
Interestingly enough, it's been both sides because both sides are actually from the northern part of the country, so the campaign is quite very intense because you expect to see more of the activities increasing. Today, for instance, the NDC and both the MPP are all going around the various constituencies distributing T-shirts ahead of tomorrow's activity, which they call the closing remark for the campaign activities. So those party paraphernalia and others, flags and stuff are given to households to actually hoist in their homes to demonstrate their love for the political party they belong to. The NDC has been very loud enough because you see them moving around in vans and in vans with T-shirts at the boots of the various vehicles, distributing that with the market women within the metropolis. The MPP have been very strategic with their own based on the ones they are doing from house to house and door to door. For instance, in Changle, they were in various homes trying to solicit the ideas and the votes of the people there towards the activities tomorrow. And they will be picking up some few people to Accra tomorrow for the main closing event as well. So it's been very intense and very lovely within the metropolis today.
Nash, we know that the final campaigning happens tomorrow, and just as you say, the NPP and both NDC have been very strategic in the campaigning. How is tomorrow's activity going to shape the election tomorrow, looking at the fact that these two major political leaders are from the northern region?
It's not just the vice president, the former president. The APC has also been in the region also making their campaign. Now one will ask, per your question, how would it shape? Because most of them are also of the view that if you look at the historical perspective when it comes to the NDC, what brought in acrimony between the party boys who said they won't vote for John Mahama some years back, one of the key things that came up was resources that were brought into the region, T-shirts that were brought into the region that were not given out there. And so people felt that they were actually disenfranchised based on the goodies that the parties were distributing. Tomorrow's activity will confirm which goodies will be brought into the various electoral areas, because those goodies will actually determine whether you are either buying the vote or soliciting the vote from the people. Because in natural fact, tomorrow's campaign, which is a closing campaign, people will actually go to the various regional, the national headquarters to pick up materials finally for constituencies that are hard to accept a political party ideology. Let me give you an example. If you come to Tamale Central, Zogbele is a very key area that the NDC cannot penetrate because there's strong hold of the MPP. Now, you need a very strategic conversation that needs to be had at that areas. So few gifts will have to penetrate
the Zogwele community, to solicit those votes that will be coming. So the final campaign will be bringing in goodies into the regions where people would then benefit from those ones. We've had people being bribed, we've had all those things. Tomorrow's activity, when it concludes itself, the real cash flow will be determined after that rally. And so the influence will be very high on the Friday and then on the Saturday, which is the main voting day.
Nash, where exactly would the heats be in the lead up to this election in the northern region? As we know that the two party executives or members are from the northern region.
If you look at it, the heat will be in northeast region. Northeast regions have declared, the entire electoral areas have all declared, with the support of the various chiefs within that enclave, have declared their full support for Dr. Bawumia. And they have made it a point that they want to make sure that even John Mahama should not be able to get 20% vote in the region. So that should tell you how hot it will be. The Savannah region, yes, John Mahama is coming from the Savannah region, precisely from Bole. The mother comes from Bosunu. But the question is that the declaration that has been made by the chiefs and people and the support of the MPP within the Northeast region is not the same as the one in the Savannah region. It is the northern region that has declared 100% support for John Mahama, and with the intention that they want to claim 14 seats out of the 18 seats. Already you know that it's an equal seat currently as we speak to you now. So there will be a lot of tension in Yendi, Gushegu, Karaga, Mion, Tolon, and Northeast Nanton, where Tuferu, who is the Deputy Agric Minister, is. So those areas that the MPP have actually won in the last election, which is the 2020 election, will be the spot for us to watch, because those areas are the ones that the NDC wants to claim. So a lot of resources will be pushed in there to actually get those votes back. And so those are the things we'll be watching carefully and seriously. Anyone who knows the northern region very well will tell you that it is not a joke when it comes to Pushegu. It's not a joke in Yembi, even though it's a strong seat, always been won by the MPP. But when it comes to a place like Mion, which is also a seat that traditionally the NDC have held and now lost to the MPP, you get to know that the comeback will be a very strong one. Savlugu is also a key area to watch, because you are having a female contestant, male. And you know in the Dagomba Palace, they will tell you that when a woman beats a man, it means a man has been declared, excuse me to say, useless. So you know very well that the NDC will do whatever is possible to make sure that they retain that seat for the NDC. So those are the issues that will translate in the palaces of the many people within the northern region when it comes to electoral activities on that Saturday. So it's going to be very key. It's not going to be easy for the NDC. It's not going to be easy for the MPP. But the truth is that each one of them have an interest. And the interest is that they want to retain those seats and others want to claim back the seats they've lost.
No, finally, before I let you go, which of the two parties have been more dominant in that region?
If you look at the Northeast region, the MPP have been dominating in terms of campaign activity because of the Vice President, even though the Vice President himself have not been in the region extensively the way one would have expected him to be. But the machinery to actually do the campaigning has been very strong and very powerful within the Northeast region. Savannah region has been excellent for the NDC as well and the MPP as well. Both of them are playing neck to neck. When it comes to the other regions which are closer by, which is Y and O, they are also strong areas, because if you notice by the trending, you notice that the NDC have won on those seats before. Now the northern region is where the headache will be.
No,
both the MPP and the NDC have all won seats, and so the strength will now become here and the difficulty will be here in the northern region.
Noah Nash, thanks for the report over there. Our correspondent in the northern region, Noah Nash, has given us some analysis and what to be expected on the coming final rally that is supposed to be happening tomorrow. He is giving us some analysis what to be expected in some part of the northern region. My colleague over there. Still on your election poll center, more news as first-time voters anxiously participate and anticipate in the December 7 presidential and parliamentary polls on Saturday. Among the several essential factors to inform their decision is the hope for good policy and youth-centered initiative. Our correspondent in the Botiano English Yemanfrim constituency, Samuel Isel, has been engaging some young voters who have expressed their readiness for the major election. There's more in this report.
The 2024 elections will be a milestone for over 700,000 first-time voters within a voter population of over 18 million. These young voters are set to play a crucial role in shaping the election outcome. As part of tracking youth participation, we've identified key trends in their civic engagement. First-time voters have reached a record high, with voters under 35 accounting for 81% of this year's registrations, and 18-year-olds showing the largest increase. Young voters now make up 11% of the electorate, a 53% rise from 2020. Many first-time voters are excited